Now, fellas, in today's video, I'm going to be explaining to you exactly step by step why over pursuing a woman in any way, shape, or form is going to be a massive turnoff. And the biggest reason why you have to understand this is because even if you're high value, even if you're on your purpose, even if you make shitloads of money, even if you're a dude who thinks you're high status or you've put in the work, these are crucial mistakes that cut deep into value. When a woman views you as a lower valuable option than what she is, these things are emotionally driven decisions that make her look at you and say, nope, not interested, next. And it doesn't matter how tall you are, it doesn't matter how big your bank account is. So as we proceed through this video today on the whiteboard, I'm even going to show you the number one mistake that all men are making, and I'm going to show you ways that you can avoid this. Now, the other day, one of my MBT boys too, he goes, huge win today, maintain frame, shattered up this 10 I've been interested in for a long time at a party, got her number easy. I could tell she was into me, no hesitation at all when I got her number and asked to go out on the date. See guys, this is the power of MBT. I've stressed MBT, masculine behavioral techniques, for 4 or 5 years on this channel. After this video is done today, you pop into that presentation that I have into the description because it is completely life-changing. All right, I'm at the point with this YouTube channel where some of you are going to hate me for dropping these truths, but I genuinely don't give a fuck because all of this is true and you have to understand it. Now, some of you, you're sitting here, you're watching this channel, you're like, oh, this girl I talked to, or this girl who I've been dating for 2 years, she dumped me or she left me, blah, 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 okay? You can sit and you can cry to yourself every single night in bed and you can say, oh, it's because of compatibility. She wants to travel. Her heart's not into it. Maybe I did this mistake. Maybe I did that mistake. Blah, blah, fucking blah. It is all bullshit. The only reason you lose a woman, write this down, this is the number one mistake that all men make. The only reason you lose women, is because you care too much. Do you guys understand that when a woman loves a man, she will put up with damn near whatever? Like, she will put up with you doing illegal shit on the side, even if she catches you. Woman will put up with you cheating on her, talking to other girls behind your back. The woman will even put up with you stepping out on her from time to time. And the woman will even put up with oftentimes you just hitting her up on your own fucking terms whenever you want to see her. That's what happens when a woman has genuine care for a man. Why does that happen? Because it signals to her hypergamy that you are someone of value. Women very rarely give a single fuck about things like loyalty, honesty, integrity, commitment, or that you're there for her. The only reason you lose a woman is because you care too much. Now, the reason why I'm making these types of videos is because I have seen all the Bugatti posts on Instagram from you know who. I've seen all of the high value man posts from the dudes who want to wear their Rolex and their fucking Hublot watch or their button-up t-shirt and think that they're cool. These guys who flex status and cash are fucking lying to you because these are value-based mistakes that men make at any age, any height, any monetary income level, and any status. If you start to make these mistakes that I'm going to show you on this whiteboard today, you'll be dumped, left, heartbroken, or cheated on for another man. You look at what happened with Steve Harvey right now, you see that shit in real time. You look at Jeff Bezos' divorce, you look at Dr. Dre divorce, you look at Tom Brady divorce, look at this shit for what it is. What you consider high value is not what a woman considers high value. And you can call yourself the top dog, top G, best dude, all you want. Okay, women want to look up to a man. And you cannot fix this stuff with materialistic value or status. So if you've lost your girlfriend, if you've lost your wife, if you had a girl who you were blah, 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 having a great time with, and then all of a sudden you didn't maintain your rotation, you didn't maintain your roster, you started over pursuing, over validating, all of a sudden you're giving her 3, 4, 5, 6 days a week of your time and your attention. Okay, the first step in actually becoming a true high value man, okay, is you need to take what I like to call accountability. Accountability means that you're able to reflect on your past. Okay, so here's my motto I live by. Ignorance, if you're stupid, if you're a dumb motherfucker, ignorance is okay. Ignorance is okay. It is okay to be ignorant because you're willing to learn. However, ignoring problems isn't. If you ignore a problem, you're a low-value man who's running from the truth. If you're a low-value man who's running from the truth, this is not acceptable. So, accountability is step number one, because if you're ignorant to how life actually works, that's okay as long as you're willing to move forward. And truly, that's what separates an alpha male from a beta male, because I do not believe in any way, shape, or form that an alpha male is just born. An alpha male is made. An alpha male goes through trials and tribulations and hardship to overcome his past failures so that way he can get some fucking successes. Now, the reason why I don't think alpha males are born is because I've watched guys, and so have you. You've watched these guys in the news, in the media. You've seen friends, you've seen relatives, you've seen coworkers. I've watched guys personally 6'5", 260 pounds, make 200 grand a year with a perfect head of hair, and they get dumped. Why is this? Let me explain. Okay, the only reason you lose women is because you put her on the pedestal and you cared too much. This shows up through your psychological and subconscious nuances with how you text, how you call, how you pursue, how you interact, how you touch, how you feel, how you crave intimacy. You put her on the pedestal. You want to see her, or you wanted to see her more than she wanted to see you. This has nothing to do with compatibility. This has nothing to do with similar interests. You have to understand, when a woman genuinely loves a man, adores him, is fucking obsessed with him, meaning he has her emotions, he doesn't just have her sexual investment, he has her emotions. You have to understand this. She'll fight tooth and nail for a sliver of his time and attention, and it does not matter. They could have nothing in common. Nothing. Not a thing. But she pines for him and she desires that attention. Okay. You wanted to see her more than she wanted to see you. This is why you're in the situation that you're in. You were in fear of her exiting, and now, since you're in fear of her exiting, she knows your SMV. See, she knows your sexual market value. There's two sides to this. Front end game, okay? Let's write F-E-G here for front end game, okay? Front end game means that these things like age, height, wisdom, money, status, these increase your competency and these increase your face value, physical attraction. This is the self-improvement. That gets your foot in the door. Okay, back end game is how you actually maintain the fort and how you hold that masculine frame to keep her not only chasing your approval, but to make yourself, to be the man that she can look up to. This comes through your actions, your words, your vocal tones, and basically you not being a bitch. If you got bitched by a woman, this is the situation that you're in. So, here's what you have to understand. The reason why over pursuing is a turnoff is because all women crave sexual alphas. This is something you have to get through your head. The girl who's a science geek craves sexual alphas. The girl who's hyper religious craves sexual alphas. Okay? The girl who likes to go out and party and binge drink on weekends still craves sexual alphas. They are looking for men who are dominating force, driving factors in life, put up with no shit, okay, and don't put a woman on a pedestal. They treat her less than in interactions, meaning they don't give her time, they don't give her attention, they don't give her validation, and they make themselves a catch. Okay? Here's what you have to understand. When you over pursue, she now feels boxed in. If she feels boxed in and she feels like the relationship isn't something she has to work for, the interactions aren't something that she has to work for, and you are no longer a chase, okay, she feels boxed in. Sexual alphas don't need commitment. This is the one thing that you have to understand. A sexual alpha can have a drop dead 10 out of 10 gorgeous woman, and if she says verbatim, I'm not interested in you, or I think I'm going to move on, he will look at her and say, okay, that's fine. Because he knows that he can replace her. See, this is the one thing. A lot of high-value men on paper still have a scarcity mindset. Sexual alphas don't need commitment. If you need commitment, if you need love, if you need intimacy, these are beta male traits. The only exception that I can possibly see this for is a man who is probably a little bit older, or you've had a lot of experience with women, and you're looking to maybe one day have legacy or one day have family. Okay, these are but even then, you're still going to have to understand the frame control that it takes to run a relationship in a masculine to feminine dynamic. Okay, the reason why it's so attractive to a woman when a man doesn't pine for commitment is because it shows he's in abundance, he's not in scarcity, and she senses he probably has other options and he gets pleased in the bedroom often, therefore he doesn't need her. So if he doesn't need her, okay, he's a scarce resource. If you look at sales, if you look at business, if you look at anything, scarcity creates value. If I have 10,000 Rolexes and they're all a normal edition, they're not worth very much. If I have one specific Rolex or one Rolex of 5 that is a specific version, scarcity creates value. Okay, when you come on too strong to a woman, and like I said, ignorance is okay. Ignoring the problem isn't. When you come on too strong to a woman, the first thing is that she feels like you're trying to put her in a relationship. As soon as she feels like the relationship is your idea over her idea, if you don't get questions like, where is this going? Where do you see this as? Okay, do you believe in just sleeping around? If you don't start getting these questions, meaning she wants to know where you stand with her, and you're coming on too strong, okay, this is going to kill attraction. She feels like you're trying to put her in a relationship. The key to all of this is you have to carry yourself like you're there to enjoy the moment with no outcome, meaning you're vibing, you're chilling, and you're there to just kick back and have fun. When you're a slow-talking, smooth-talking ladies man who is present in the moment and okay, just kicking back, chilling, meaning you're outcome independent. You don't need any specific thing to come from this. Okay, The relationship at all time needs to feel like it is her choice if she decides to go there with you. Now, here's what I can tell you. If you don't over pursue, if you're properly dicking her down, whether you believe in sex or not, whether you believe you should have sex or not, if you're properly doing these things and you don't get attached, meaning you're able to walk away, you don't beg for a woman, you don't beg to see her time, right? You don't like you have the ability to walk away and still maintain your frame. That is when she starts to view you as a true dude who actually has options and is probably living in abundance. Most men, as soon as they get just a slight taste of the ass, are so willing and ready to commit. And this is why women crave sexual alphas. So now if you look at this side, okay, you might be wondering, well, why are women hardwired like this? Or why is it so hard for me to understand these things? Okay, everything that I have in blue and everything that I have underlined right here is extremely important. So when my speech slows down and I emphasize certain words, you have to get out a sheet of notebook paper and write this shit down so you don't make these mistakes, because these are the mistakes. I'm going to tell you this. If you can internalize this at 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 years old and not 37, 38, 39, 40 years old when your wife starts to pull away and you lose half your assets in divorce court, this shit's pretty powerful. Because I'm going to tell you this, those of you on the success grind, I'm just going to keep grinding, I'm going to keep working in the gym, and you don't actually understand the root of what strength is and what a woman looks for, you're going to have your ass handed to you. So, what does a woman want? A woman wants to optimize hypergamy. This means she is looking for the biggest, baddest, strongest dick. The thickest, baddest, strongest dick she can find. Okay? The highest value mate. So since she's looking for the highest value mate, you got to understand this. Women want to have sex and fuck like jackrabbits just like we do. Okay? They have that same desire just like you do. However, all of them are optimizing, okay, for strength, not quantity like men. If you put 10 Victoria's Secret models in front of me, I'll be like, okay, they all work. That'll do. That'll do Monday. That'll do Tuesday. That'll do Wednesday. That'll do Thursday. That'll do Friday. I'll take her twice on Saturday. That'll do Sunday. And we can mix her in at double days back and forth. Quantity. When men see physical shape and physical beauty, they don't care nearly as much. Okay, women optimize for strength. That means she would rather have one specific mate who is the highest value mate she can get over two guys who are mediocre. So here's where men get really fucked up. They're like, well, aren't these things strength symbols? Isn't height, age, status, money, are my muscles in the gym, isn't that strength? It is to some degree, but that only works for front end game, which is what gets your foot in the door, okay? What is strength to a woman? Okay, strength to a woman is not money, muscles, and game like you have been fed your whole entire life. Strength to a woman, what is true strength? That's why, honestly, this word strength, the strongest man, that's even probably a bad word for it. Really, the word you probably want to use for it is arrogance and a sense of bravado if he feels he's better than her in certain ways. That is probably the right way you can describe this. So what is strength? True strength to a woman, okay, here's what I'm talking about. Your ability to not want her. That is strength to a woman. That is emotional and mental strength and fortitude. Your ability to not need her, meaning you're self-sufficient. You have social life of abundance, and I'm not just saying social life of abundance as something that you can just say to occupy your time where you're still actually thinking about it. I'm talking about like you have a real life where you have friends, you have social circles, you have events going on, you can fly to a different city, you can actually have fun, you can detach from thinking about women 24/7. Something most men can't do. Your ability to not need her. Your ability to run the other fucking way from a relationship if she starts putting you in that category too quickly before you're ready. These are symbols of strength. Why are these symbols of strength? Because these are symbols of emotional non-neediness. This is what women look for true masculinity. It is her job to bring the intimacy. It is her job to bring the romance. It is her job to fight for your time. It is her job to bring the care, the love, and the investment. Your job is to have your plan and your purpose, and you're focusing on something that you're pursuing. A lot of men need to find their aspects that they're pursuing. For some of you, that might be you pursuing your business. For some of you, that might be pursuing some higher level spiritual development with God. For some of you, that might be focusing on something that you're building or some sort of craft or hobby that you're interested in. I don't care what your purpose is. You need to find that shit and stick to it. Because when a woman sees that she's your second, third, or fourth priority and not your first, this is what makes you attractive. This is strength to a woman. A guy who can look the other way. A guy who does not need her. So the reason, or the way that, the way women like losers, or the reason why women oftentimes you'll see, well, how did he get her? Why'd she commit to him? He's a deadbeat, or he has nothing going for himself, or he's a party animal, or he's a fucking loser, okay? Men see this shit and they don't understand why. Here's what you gotta understand. All women want okay, is a man who's a challenge, a man who isn't sold on her. If you can develop the fact, if you can develop the persona that you're not sold on her because you have other shit going on and you can frame yourself as a challenge, okay, a true king is not going to fold and submit and commit so quickly. Okay, meaning that I'm going to tell you what, a lot of you guys are thinking, man, if I just had money, that'd solve my problems. If I just had status, that'd solve my problems. Yeah, okay. Until you get that one dime Victoria's Secret model that you think's a fucking superstar, and now all of a sudden she looked at you like Leonardo DiCaprio for the first 2 to 3 weeks, and now all of a sudden she's looking at you like a guy who's a mediocre dude who she doesn't want. The difference is the framing. The difference is how you speak. The difference is how you act. The difference is your ability to be available for her. This is the shit where guys fuck up. And see, this is why over pursuing is a turnoff. So if you, like, for all of you right now who are sitting there and you're like, well, my wife just left me, my girlfriend of 6 years just left me, I'm pissed off, this girl left me, blah, blah. You can keep filling your head with all this bullshit like it's compatibility, maybe this was off, maybe that was off. The only reason why she doesn't like you or why she doesn't like you anymore is because you cared too much and you like her more than she likes you. As soon as you like her more than she likes you, you have now allowed her to not optimize hypergamy. You have now actually reversed her hypergamous instinct of looking up to you when she now looks down on you. That's all there is to it. This cuts the bullshit and this cuts the confusion. This is why over pursuing is a turnoff. If you like this video, hit the like button. Okay, check out the MBT webinar down below so that way you can get results with masculine behavioral techniques, and we'll see you in the next one.